Yo. Yume once again. I should play some Silent Hill one day, but I'm not really locked into it. But it's okay. Oh, I need to log in. Hold on. Okay. Just did some screenwriting, whatever you call it, earlier, and it's for the the animation project that I want to make. And yeah, just got a bit exhausted from it, and the thing is, I felt like if I did this, if I continued, I would just run in circles and get tired and lay down. Or I would think, oh, maybe I should lay down while working, which would also make me go to sleep. So I just figured, whatever, let me just stop or take a break of sorts and just play this game. And I also thought, yeah, why not stream it? I probably won't be doing anything else. I want to plan on making other stuff, more interesting stuff. Oh yeah, I'm still, I'm stupid. Well, I feel like it's a bit quiet, isn't it? But yeah, let me check some real quick. So I want to make sure that the sound is not too bad. Or I forgot to do something particular. Oh yeah, the audio is still really down. Oh, that's why it was so quiet. Hold on, let me... Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I was wondering why it was so quiet to begin with. Bizarre. Anyway, another yume key. This time without any players around. It's gonna be very blind again. To be honest, I'm not sure what to talk about today. Oh. I can't interact with anything. If I go back to bed, I don't want it to get ruined. Okay, I can't interact with the bed, I can't interact with anything, I can't... Am I stuck? That's crazy. Wait. What's going on? It's interesting that it's not flickering on OBS. Maybe it's because my stream is at 30 FPS, but... That's damn, I wasn't expecting that. This must be really rare, right? Yeah, I can't save any other ones. So when you do slot upgrades, is it just one that you can add? Because this sucks, to be honest. I'm still not a fan of this system. Oh shit. I can't wake up. Oh, I'm stupid. That was interesting. So, I just... Oh no, I'm just dumb. Okay. Oh, this is just what happens when... How have I never done this? I didn't know that was a thing until now, and I have like 10 hours of gameplay, if not even more. Yeah, I'm not sure what to talk about. The weather's pretty nice to the outside. The thing is, every time that the weather is looks this well, I never really do anything. That looks dope. Okay. Wait, if I go back to sleep, what happens? Okay. I forgot there was a way to get back into the whole like the house. Oh no, whatever. The weather's always so nice outside whenever I'm stuck inside. I think things I'm always inside, but I feel like it hits even more whenever there's nothing to do for me. Whenever I'm always okay. There's always nothing. Like it hits harder when the weather looks like this, and you're like, you're supposed to do something, except that I don't know. I mean, I could have. Technically, I have people to hang with, but I don't know. I'm not sure how to explain this. This is it. This is not the same door. Yeah, I thought so. Oh. Oh no. I hate this. Okay. What the fuck? What happened? Oh my god, that was horrible. Oh, I didn't like that. That was actually horrible. I didn't like that. Yeah, next time I'm just not interacting with the TV. I was just thinking, like, this is not the same door that I went into. Damn. That was strange. It's interesting, I have a classmate. She told me that whenever she isn't like the biggest fan of summer, and it's because she never actually goes out when it's summertime. I'm not sure what she usually does. She does make art and stuff, and she has her own like workspace at her own place, which I initially thought was her own room, but she had just took like an old space that they had and turned it into her own workspace, which is kind of crazy, but oh, nah. Yeah. So, and it was interesting to hear this because I feel like I've also come to the point where I don't actually enjoy going out. Ooh. Burgundy flats? Interesting. Wait. Dream wardrobe penguin game. Oh, so if you lose it, that's when you get chased down, or yeah. Frankly, I would love to go there. Hold on. Yeah, I don't enjoy summer as much as I used to, and I'm not sure if it necessarily makes me sad or something, but it's kind of the reality of things. Because whenever oh, wait, what? This stupid ass layout. Why would you ever make something like this? So I have to wait. So I'm here. to go downstairs. Okay, yeah. I might probably immediately forget what I have to do, which is like right now. But yeah, it's kind of the reality of things, which is that I don't really enjoy sunrises. I would love to, if that makes sense. Because frankly, it's just because I don't do anything, and I always feel miserable when I'm inside. It's kind of annoying when I have to vent like this because, frankly, it's a bit embarrassing. I will admit that, but where the hell am I? Okay. Wait, cause I did go downstairs here. Is it the same spot? Cause when I go, oh. Hmm. Um, it is a bit depressing. Okay. It is a bit depressing every time. I mean, last time I was even probably one of the worst ones. There was some context that I'm not gonna provide, of course. This is the mini nexus. I have no access to it. This is like a work in progress kind of thing. Burgundy Flats, it was written that it was blocked off, but I wonder why. Can I open the door? Oh, it's a loop. Okay, wait. Both of them are closed off. Why though? Blackout House, the Nexus, Portrait Collection, Dressing Room. I've been to the Portrait Collection, I remember. Is it like RNG based? Let me just go to Butcher Hollow? Whatever. It's nice to know that, well, while it's not necessarily misery, but that people have disliked things. Not necessarily for the same reason, but you know, they yeah, I mean, like, just my classmate, she says that she just usually stays inside. I feel like I've gone through here. Potentially. Maybe I have gone through here. I feel like the music is really now loud. Glacial Geyser Ground. Yeah, let me just go there. I feel like looking at the map feels like cheating. In a game like this, I don't really think there's something like cheating. I'm unsure on whether I have anything to say. I mean, I have a fair amount of ideas when it comes to my animations. When it comes to this animation. After all, no, I've never fully damn it. I've never fully established it. I did make some background concept art like a year ago or something. I thought, like, yeah, this is gonna hit and stuff, until I just ended up scrapping the whole thing before bringing it back. But I'm not necessarily very motivated. I feel like at this point I can't rely on motivation anymore. it is a matter of oopsie, messing everything up. I feel like at this point it's become a matter of discipline, right? But I don't like I don't like doing things without an actual purpose behind it. Because if it's fun, it can last for a while. If it's not fun to me, then I just simply won't do it. But in the case of art, it's like it's genuinely painful to just abandon things like these. Like it's awful to abandon a practice that I've been doing for so long now, for like most of my childhood, my teenage years, and up to now. It's like now I'm finally questioning why I'm actually doing it. And yeah, it leaves me in this I don't know, like it leaves me in the mud, and I'm unsure of what to do now. And I kind of have answers to what I'm actually looking for, but for whatever reason I'm still unconvinced. This is kind of pretty. Oh my god. Oh, shame. This is kind of earthbound like. Yeah, maybe I'm assuming doing something might be the answer, might bring me to the answer of what I'm looking for. But yesterday I actually had a pretty interesting conversation with my brother, which was about just a bunch of stuff. We were talking about how social media has become basically a huge ads that not only companies provide ads on every possible occasion, but also the content creators themselves. They always have to sell something. They always have to make things seem like they have to tell you to buy something or to do something in a particular way, and that just makes things feel so bloated and annoying. When every time you scroll, you have some guy saying, "Here are 5 tips to do XYZ," and you're like, "Bro, I don't care, man. What is this place?" So bizarre. And yeah, this went pretty far because we just ended up talking about how um I don't know, like about music, how music essentially has become this commodified thing. I'm not sure what I'm talking about, but it has become this thing that should help you to get virality instead of give you a living. It means to give you a living throughout the passion that you're trying to express to the world. Because in a way, it may sound a bit corrupt to say that you're only doing this for the fame, but most people who want make music, they are placing all bets to they're placing all bets to make it in this industry, and so they make things in the most authentic way, I'm assuming, in order to just get money. But I feel like now famous has become this way, that this fame has become the tool to get money essentially. So if you get like a video that if you have a video that goes viral on Instagram of all the 30 other videos that you posted, that you spam posted, you have to rely on that wave in order to post another 30 that may or may not go viral. And that's pretty much gambling. This is just gambling. Just constantly posting and posting and working your ass off instead of finding actual viable sources of income, direct sources of income. Because when it comes to getting viral, first have to pray that you get viral. Then you have to, then with the people that you accumulated, which is an audience that is only there to for this one video that you made, which was probably just a trend hop that is not a very lasting gimmick to rely on. You have like a very small percentage that you can link towards not only your page, but also then your online marketplace. Because linking them to your page is one thing, because they will see your reel, but they won't necessarily like follow it. And then when they follow you, they like, you have to be like memorable. And if your most memorable moment was when you made a stupid trend that you got viral for, then it's kind of iffy already. And then you also have to make sure that they get to all the other stuff that you make them interesting, like make them interested enough that you have to, yeah, that they get to your, I don't know, like your Gumroad or your Patreon or something. It's just a whole mess. It's like at this point you're just shucking and jiving for the algorithm. And I find that so insane. But I feel like I'm getting off track because essentially, I mean, the conversation itself was pretty interesting because we got into I don't know what kind of timeless music there is that is still being talked about as compared to now, where people are so embedded into this need to be viral, which is why it influences music to be very fast, like a quick scheme kind of thing. But what interested me the most as somebody who animates was, bro, what is this? What interested me was observing the medium itself, how you could actually make money off of it, which was kind of an afterthought, to be honest. And what else? What is lacking, in my opinion, in the animation, in the animation sphere and in the animation world, essentially. And one thing that I've been making reflections on, and what that has been bothering me, was how animation as a very recent medium, just like 100 years old, as compared to like thousands of years for other mediums, it feels like we are still in a very primitive place. Because, I mean, technically animation draws its inspirations in the way you put things into composition and place things from cinema, from actual films. What the? Okay. And yeah, and while we still have this, if like while this base is actually pretty helpful to produce movies, animated movies, it for some reason isn't enough, because if I make like an animated movie, there's a magic to it, of course, seeing everything hand drawn and all that stuff. But at some point it gets to a point where I'm wondering if I make a movie, an animated movie, and it's shot and composed just like in a normal film. My argument is kind of flawed, by the way. But if I make a movie, an animated movie, that is as if I was watching an A24 movie, then why would I not just watch an A24 movie? Like, it's like all the uniqueness of films are just being translated into animation, which does work, but wouldn't it get a bit too repetitive or too redundant? And my problem in this, it's not an actual insane true overarching problem in itself, but I feel like with the magic that is animation, the fact that you can use motion and the time and space and motion to express things that can be really abstract, that it's losing kind of its potential. Because you can essentially do whatever you want in drawing form and represent so many things and go just go down a path of creating work that can be pretty abstract and stuff. But instead, I feel like there's not enough to explore that, and it's still pretty vague what I'm trying to say. But um, I feel like I'm a bit clueless myself when it comes to this, because from what I'm saying, like what I'm saying right now has yet to be sort of innovated onto. It's like I'm trying to say something, I'm trying to explain something that doesn't exist yet, you know? And I feel like one thing that we talked about specifically, my brother and me, but one thing that I addressed was that storytelling, not only in animation but in a lot of mediums, needs to be brought at the forefront, because we've gone like a bunch of years, especially in music, when it comes to storytelling being kind of excluded. Yeah, it's kind of excluded. It's not at the forefront anymore. Um, I feel like we're reaching a point where we really need to bring it back, because there's a certain importance to it in expressing yourself that just needs to be addressed. Um, One thing that I've always found impressive in 90s and 2000s rappers was that they make, well, it's not even just rappers, but even rock bands and stuff. There are some artists that express things in such abstract manners. They feel like they sound like straight philosophers, and I find it to be so. Ooh, I find that to be so. What the? What? I find it to be extremely impressive, because sometimes it's the kind of music where you really need to think and look up what kind of references they use, and I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure what to do actually. Um, it's genuinely impressive what they make, and all this kind of art is completely dead. Like, I'm unsure of what to do, if I'm being honest. Like, there's a door right there. If I go backwards, I feel like I'm gonna get brought back to that one spot. If I use my bike, the bike didn't work. Okay. Strange, but okay. Um, yeah, I feel like we've come to a point where we need to bring back storytelling. Um, and I can't talk much about music, but I feel like it's important anyway. But what I want to focus on is in animation. And what bothers me in animation is that things in animation, projects in animation, are too literal, way too literal, and it's a bit frustrating. But the thing is, animation is not is a hard thing. Like, don't get me wrong. Of course, I literally make it. I know how bad it gets. But what's bothering me? Yeah, let me just go back. But what bothers me is how everybody knows how to animate, right? I mean, we've been able to make the smoothest kind of animations, the most mind-boggling stuff for years now. Like, we know what we're doing. All of us know what we're doing. However, it's like we have all the skills, we have all the tools, we know exactly what to do, we know what the amount of time it takes, we know um every like the whole production, we know how the production functions and all that stuff, and yet it's like nobody knows what to do with it. Nobody knows what to do with their skills. Like it's like it's like giving somebody a hammer and he doesn't know what to do with it. Just it's a stupid analogy, but that's just how it feels. And what I'm trying to say by that is that whenever I watch like a short animated film or short animation, um, I'm like first of all, I barely watch any because from the ones I've watched, which is obviously pretty biased to say, um, I'm never really attached to what I'm seeing visually. Because visually speaking, it always feels like you just come straight out of an art school that taught you to make character designs a certain way. Um, the art direction is obviously pretty good and stuff, but it feels like it tries to be the next Disney kind of influence thingy, and when you try to do that, it's like it's trying to be an influence of something else that already exists instead of genuinely innovating by taking its former codes and twisting and turning them to create something completely new and intriguing with a lot of intent, even if it's not received by everybody. Um, the thing is, but the thing that bothers me the most about all this is that there is a strong lack of visual storytelling, which is not a simple thing to achieve and to master, of course. But there are a couple examples of visual storytelling that I love a lot, by a big margin, which is which is one, um, Shota Goshozono or Goso's work for in Jujutsu Kaisen season 3, which is like pure cinema. Like I have never seen an adaptation of a manga this gorgeous before. What he did in this season, when it comes to directing all the scenes and stuff, was just phenomenal. Like I've never seen something like it. Um, the way he manages to take characters and place them in a scene, and somehow represents their themes in subtle ways, um, that are according to their character. So you have like scenes like I don't know, like Yuji and Hakari, like mind you, like you have this episode where they get to the fight club that Hakari hosts, um, and Yuji beats the shit out of the people, and you have like Panda he fake fights against, and he gets the recognition of Hakari, and you still don't know who this guy really is. He has been mentioned like once in season 1 and just recently, so you get to that point where you finally get to meet him, you know. Oh, what the fuck? Wow, I'm glad that I streamed that. Can't even go through there. Also, this music sounds familiar. Sounds like Radiant Ruined. Um, wow. Okay, there he is. Menu tab 56. Okay. Um, yeah, just the way Goshozono manages to use the themes of each character and places them in a scene where you can abstract, like they are represented in abstract manners. But through the context of what you've already known from the series and the characters up to this point, it's like the most genius shit ever, and you're like utterly shocked as to how he even came up with these ideas. And yeah, I'm kind of lost. Okay, not the underground. Mania Theme 56. Polar Bear's Pond. Yeah, what is going on in the Polar Bear's Pond? I wanna go into it again. Hell Caverns. Shoal Caverns. Gigantic Cone. Weird Room. I didn't even see this. I don't think it can even reach that. I'll get back to the, yeah, this weird thing. Yeah, I think I explored the whole thing. I'm not sure if I've been to Hell Caverns though. Maybe wait, I have, I think. But anyway, yeah, Gosho Zono, an absolute genius. It always blew my mind the way he just set the whole like scenes up, and the action scenes, how these have been directed. And like there's so much to talk about. I would love to watch the third season again and kind of analyze it in a way, but it genuinely felt like every episode you watched was a movie. And then you focus on this episode with Higuruma, the lawyer, where you get like his whole background, and it genuinely feels, it doesn't even feel like Jujutsu Kaisen anymore. You're like watching a different movie or something, focused on this lawyer, like you're watching Monster or something. But I'm not sure where I am anymore. But oh wait, like it's utterly impressive. It's genuinely mind-boggling, and it's like you can't replicate stuff like this. I need him to be there for the second season, for the second part of the season, because it's genuinely different. Like it's genuinely mind-boggling what he did, just out of this world. And yeah, just to go back, like to stop glazing him, I just need him, like I just need to properly understand, it's hard to, like I'm not the best at like storytelling and stuff, but I feel like as I was watching his work in Jujutsu Kaisen, it was like it was genuinely something else. Like the themes he managed to get out, like with the scene of Yuji and Hakari, how you could feel the sense of domination that exuded from Hakari and Yuji, this newbie who's trying to put his, like to get his place around here, to establish his place. And once everything goes loose and he gets this phone call of the, I don't know what I'm talking about, but I feel like even the most impactful moment was just how, first of all, like the scene that went on for like 3 to 5 minutes, just the same angle, this same secluded angle that feels so intimidating, that was completely differently adapted in the from the manga. You're just thinking like, my goodness, like this is different kind of anime. I guess I'll go back, whatever, I'm so lost. Might have to go through this hell thing. And it's just, yeah, just storytelling aspects like these, which obviously exist, but that don't necessarily reflect the characters or the intentions of each scene being put at the forefront. and I want to put a lot of emphasis in how abstract they are being represented as well, because that's how it makes you question, okay, why did he do that? Why this thing specifically? Why did he choose to make something this strange? And how is it in connection with the rest of the cast, the series, or whatever? And it makes people question, makes people think, wow, oh, this is in reference to this and that, which came out in 1979, which talks about the themes of blah blah blah, and he essentially retook that. What? Like he essentially took this theme, this specific theme, and reused it in his work in order to make like a master, like in order to put more emphasis into the characters and how he establishes this scene to represent XYZ, blah blah blah. I don't know, I'm just saying, I'm just spewing random stuff, but if it's understandable, like I hope it's somewhat understandable, because it shows a competence in research, inspirations, the authenticity in which you, like the authenticity of your work, of your art, you know. I feel like sometimes this is just what's lacking for some people. It's like they try to make something completely disconnected from themselves, even though what you produce comes from you. You're adding your reality into things. Because, okay, granted, like if you make like a fight scene, obviously you make a fight scene because it's dope and stuff, but I just wish there was something that comes from you that you try to implement into this fight scene. Something that, I don't know, reminds you, like something like somebody dominating another person. Probably reminds you of like bad experiences, and you try to genuinely exude that energy into that, so that the audience can feel it, and you think, man, this person, he pulls, like, you can feel how much danger he can tell how much danger he imposes, although he hasn't even done anything yet. That's just how dangerous he feels. And maybe we can add like a couple references here and there, maybe in background art or something. I don't know, like just visual storytelling. It's the type of storytelling that makes you go, okay, the first time I watched it, this looked fucking insane. The animation was sick, this and that, the visuals were incredible. But what intrigued me the most is how everything was just put together. God, I'm so lost. I'm not sure, like, where am I supposed to go? Wait. Shoal Caverns. Oh no, this is where I went into. Things I did interact with Glacial Candlelit Factory. Have I been there? Hold on. I just need. I want a wish of mine. One that I wrote was that I wanted to make work that could last forever, that could be discussed about forever. It's something that I wrote in one of my notes like a year ago. I think around summer, around that time, as I was still being lost on whether I really wanted to draw at all, even. And now I feel stronger. I feel somewhat of a stronger motivation, because seeing the state of animation makes me think I would love to give my own twist and interpretation and feedback towards the things that I currently dislike. It's making it sound like as if I'm going to save the animation world or something like that, but all I really want is include something in the animation space and practice it. Include something in the animation space that is not really pushed forward, since every animator, I feel like, sees themselves as like a cog, just a tool to make the whole system work. Essentially, like an in-betweener, providing for the rest of the team. And that's just, to me, like insane, like hugely wasted potential. Bro, is this shit broken? I feel like nothing. Jesus. Yeah, this makes no sense. What did I want to say again? I mean, waste. Yeah, it's just like waste potential, because you can do so much more. The skills are already there. But there's nothing artistic that makes you want to go back to it and think, yeah, this shit was fucking crazy. Oh, I have a viewer. I mean, I have one view. Kinda lost. Whatever. So what I'm looking for is just more artistic output, more creativity, more references, more inspirations, more you. I want to see somebody. I want to see a scene where where I'm thinking that, oh, this was really made by somebody, or like a short film or something. Which is a thought that I obviously have, but it still feels like it comes from somebody else. It still feels like it's to impress somebody else instead of creating something for your own sake. I feel like art, the way I perceive making art is that I prefer to make things. The more you do things for your own self, the more authentic it is. And it depends on how confident you are in yourself, obviously, because I feel like when you lack confidence and you make art and you try to in the hopes to present it, it's like there will be a slight influence in things having been revised in order to please a certain audience, a certain demographic, and um and I'm not seeing this authenticity enough in the animation space. I feel like when it is, it's like just when I see like somewhat authentically represented stuff in animation, it's mostly inspired by Your Name or something, which the name I'm not a huge which is a movie I'm not the biggest fan of. It's kind of what the hell. How is this the first? What the fuck? How is this the first time I've ever been here? This is pretty loud too. Where do I even go? Wait. That's crazy. Wow. I can barely see anything. It does look dope though. This has to be like a newer world, right? Actually, I'm not sure, but because I've been seeing it for a good bit now, I'm just surprised that of how good it looks. I need more authenticity in animation, and the thing is, that makes it even harder to finish off a project because there are animes that put a lot of attention to detail in the animations, but I feel like it needs even more intent. Because when it comes to attention to detail, people are mostly focused on acting stuff or how people react to certain things or um, the principles of animation, like staging and all that stuff. And while it is good, I feel like we know this. Like we've seen it. We've known this. It's being constantly taught, and there's like this whole thing that is being skipped that I feel like is pretty important to address, which is simple visual storytelling. Well, it's not simple, but simple like visual storytelling that makes us compelled to go back to a piece because it's uh it talks about certain. I'm not sure how to explain this, but it has, if you can tell, oh yeah, these are references, and these references are being represented through the medium of animation in its own unique way. That is why I'm kind of adamant of watching um I'm adamant of watching short films because sometimes they just don't please me all that well, and I'm not perfect either. I might one day make something corny too. Oh, that's a pretty room. Like I'm talking as if I've had like 30 years of animation experience in the industry and so or something, but I'm just addressing something that's been bothering me for a bit now. Um, and I think there's nothing wrong to express something like this, because it does make me kind of sound a bit snobby and stuff. Uh, but that's just simply how I feel. I don't think I need to justify myself for it. If I have frustrations for something, and I feel like if people really take offense to stuff like this, it is not my problem. It kinda isn't my problem. I'm not sure how this could even be my problem to begin with. Um, if you take offense of the things that I believe in, and it's not that crazy shit like I want like it's not like crazy like genuinely political stuff that I'm talking about, like human rights or something. I'm talking about the state of animation as of today, which is not often to be addressed at all. It's always it's almost always about how to get better, how to get better, how to get better. And it's kind of annoying. It always has to be how do I get better, how do I get better, but there's such a lack of reflection that it's really unfortunate to see that people get to a point where they burn out because they're trying to perfectionize to their craft, which leads to, it feels like absolutely nothing. Like congratulations, you've, like if that fulfills them, good for them, but I don't like the culture of forcing people to do like 5 lessons at the same time that teach you like specific things for each lesson, and then animating for like 13 hours a day. Ooh, I see a doorway. Again? This is stupid. I'm not sure what to do here. This is kind of complex, isn't it? Um, there was one time I went out with my class. We went like to a different town, and we went around town to look for art expositions that my teacher knew about, which were some were pretty interesting, some were kind of boring. It was all contemporary art, by the way. So I was on full snobby, pretentious art student mode. I just wanted to see like expositions that might interest me or that I could take pictures of, and you know, finally, Jesus Christ. Um, the thing is, we were walking around town, and we got to this point where we were like at the in the small room with like a host of some sort. Some it was some middle aged man, and I wonder what that is. Reminds me of the apple gel from the Tales of games. Yeah, like we were sitting down, like it was like a small, kind of like a movie theater, not really, but what the hell is that? Okay, and what the? Why can you run? Well, like we sat down, and the first movie was running, which was about this Iraqi Iraqi lady who she made a homage for. She made an homage for her mother of sorts, since her mother was coming from the Iraq war and needed to migrate to a different country, which was, I'm assuming, Switzerland now. Fuck. Um, yeah, essentially her mother, like the artist, she made an homage for her. Uh, and she did this kind of contrast between what was going on in the country and the news outlets that reported these situations, alongside what she what the artist personally experienced, which was just a bunch of pop culture stuff and anime and all that stuff. And seeing this just a juxtaposition, I was thinking, hey, this is actually pretty interesting. This could probably lead to something quite interesting. I'm not sure what I was expecting, but I thought just seeing the two could make up to be could make up to create something quite intriguing. Except that while we were watching the intro, it suddenly cuts to this like animated, like this drawn background. It was painted, and I wasn't sure what was going on. And we cut to the next cut, like the next shot. It's like some kind of abandoned apartment, which was fully drawn. And as I was like in my pretentious snobby contemporary artist mode, uh, obviously as a hater, I started cringing because I was wondering like, what are we about to watch? Um, and well, these traces of blood are kind of strange. So what can't I go through? Um, yeah, well, like essentially, this movie was about how this was in the same topic, by the way. Um, but it got like it's like it was adapted to become like some kind of anime type of thing, or like this animated sequence, and it was essentially about how they were in this kind of dystopian society. What the fuck? They were in this dystopian society of um in which there were like, I don't know, like cyborg kind of things, and there was this child that was born, which I'm assuming was the artist, that had like a gem to her, and I think it was some kind of like, we need to protect you for your own safety type of stuff. Not sure what that. No, I'm not sure what it actually represented. But I think it was. It felt also like some kind of chosen one kind of thing. Uh, I'm not sure what if the gem was handed to her, and maybe it was in reference to her culture. Um, regarding like considering the context of this whole dystopian cyborg type of society, it was not the easiest thing to take seriously, if I'm being honest. And then we got to a point where they were like at a lake or something. Like there was the mother, she was pregnant, and she was with her husband. And then you had these cyborgs going like, "Oh, intruders, you may not pass," or some shit like that. And she just started whipping out a whole katana, and they started scrapping. The animation was pretty good. Like it was directed pretty nicely. Like the shots and stuff very action driven, very anime. But I promise to you, I was cringing while I was watching this. I didn't know what to think. It, and I sound like a hater. I really sound like a hater while I'm saying this, especially considering its animation. I'm actually supposed to like this, but I really didn't, because of how the whole plot was established. It was like the most cliche um, depiction of a dystopian society that I've seen. Um, yeah, this whole chosen one kind of thing. And what really ruined it for me is how this established um, plot, like this is this how you have this established theme, and it got adapted to be this kind of anime kind of stuff. It was very kitsch. It really makes me sound like a snob, but um, just that, yeah, I just didn't really enjoy it. I feel like there's nothing in this map that is different from anything else. I hope there's an actual map. Why am I? Oh, what the fuck? Why is it so big? Rapeseed Fields. Why is it called like that? So there are things that change. I'm just gonna keep walking. I mean, I was disappointed because you essentially had like pretty wasted potential, and it's one of these things where you have once again a medium that is being diminished, and by trying to prove that it is, well, like an actually established medium that should be taken seriously, you have this very pretty serious and quite interesting theme that is being butchered to be this anime kind of thing, um, that just made things a bit just not to be taken seriously. And it really felt like this whole animation was made to have aura moments, to have like fire, cool, like well animated moments. I forgot the music was pretty quiet, but it's just disappointing, and it makes people think when people who are not necessarily in this medium, are looking at it, they they look at this and they're just thinking, yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised that we are watching this. Like this is what I expected from an animated movie. Just like things um, that could only appeal to some teenagers and some kids and stuff. God, where the hell am I? I at least want to see this or something. I've been here. It's interesting how it's like I constantly avoided a particular thing. Not sure even where I came from. It's not making it any better than I'm walking in circles. So I guess I'm gonna just. Oh, wait. Not what I was looking for. I saw a trail of blood, but I'm not sure if it's the same one. They're like checkpoints. Just looking for these weird blob things that are essentially impossible to look for on this map. Whatever. Um, I feel like this is one of the reasons why animation is not taken seriously as a medium, because you have a whole market that is only being attracted to kids, and then you try to add like mature themes. Like once you add mature themes, you end up with bullshit like, I don't know, like Comedy Central, Dope Swim kind of shows. Um, and then you trying to deviate from that, and you just get some shit like Castlevania. Kind of hating, to be honest, but like you get stuff that just never gets taken seriously. You need to make a Ghibli movie in order for it to be taken seriously. That's how it feels, at least. I find it to be so upsetting. Yeah, it makes it sound like I'm shitting on a lot of shows and whatnot, but it's not necessarily my intention. But it just shows how little, like you can appreciate it for its draftsmanship all you want, but I feel like it always feels like there's something lacking in it, and in that movie, that's what I felt. Oh, ghost. Oh, no, wrong one. Okay, that's what I felt, at least, that there was something lacking. And this is the void um, I'm trying to fill up. Um, so yeah. Another example, one of the two examples that I was talking about, because I was talking about Goso and his work on season 3, but I forgot to mention Wei-Lin Zhang. The Wei-Lin Zhang storyboards for the Sukuna Mahoraga fight in season 3. Not the whole fight, but the scene where the additional scene that was added later on in the Blu-ray release of the Jujutsu Kaisen anime. I watched it. I watched it again. I watched the scene again, which was absolutely wild. And I already had the context of what was actually going on, but in order to get the full picture of it, I went back to watch it again. And this guy Wei-Lin, like his work, not only his work ethic and his draftsmanship and his animation skills are incredible, but I did not know how I didn't realize how much of a genius he actually is in the animation industry, at least, because this guy is actually like a different level. He's doing things that other animators are not doing. He will be the most, in this generation, he is without a doubt the most influential animator right now of the modern era, obviously, because most people, of course, are influenced by Nakamura and I don't know, Yo Yoshinari and you know, like a fair amount of animators that a lot of people constantly mention, like, you know, Nobuo Matsumoto. You got all these guys, but nowadays people immediately go to, yeah, study Whalen. Like, he does shit that even I don't understand and shit. And but most people go to his stuff in order to learn the way he animates. But I feel like if only he did more storytelling kind of stuff. But I'd rather use it as a base of an inspiration of how I want my animations to be, because the way he elevates things from its original source, like the example I've seen, is so insane. The fight, that minute long fighting that he made that he storyboarded was so wild. I have never seen storyboard like animatics like this in my life, where he explains every single cut, where he wants people to explain what's going on, well, his staff actually, which is a common thing, of course, you know, but to go above and beyond to exploit Mauraga's technique, to have the maximum amount of knowledge to understand Mauraga's technique, to adapt it in his own way in order to tell a story visually that makes us think, wow, this act, like, first of all, this did not even happen in the manga, and second of all, you you took that and created something else out of it. Like, who comes up like to create something new with it? Like, you took the base of the general understanding of the technique that Araga has and put your own twist to it while not changing anything about Araga himself and his technique. Like, put him into scenes, into scenarios where he would actually do something like this. And the example that I'm trying to get to was, I've been here for a long time, by the way. And the thing I want to talk about was like the particular aspect is how he he made he how do I say this? Um, it's like a scene where Sukuna throws out so many feints. Uh, he throws out so many feints that Mauraka adapts to its feints, not by avoiding the feint, but by learning how to do feints. And what's so interesting about this is that this may sound pretty basic and normal and whatnot, but from a narrative perspective, it's the most insanest thing because he taught, because that means that Sukuna taught Mauraga how to lie. And that sounds like nothing, but if you really put it into perspective, it's so insane because he managed to make a he managed to make like a divine beast, something like holy and something that shouldn't even be able to be beaten, how to lie, how to sin. And like he made a divine, he made it so that Sukuna made Mauraga question his divine status. I found it absolutely insane. Only through visual storytelling. What's unfortunate about this is that it's ultimately a minute-long scene, so you can't really catch everything that's going on because it goes all over the place, of course. But it's just wild to me. It's so wild to me how he got to how he was even thinking about stuff like this. And he has a big ego from what I've heard. Like, he did an interview once and he kind of threw everyone in the animation industry under the bus and stuff. But I just think it's wild how, like, what you're capable of doing. Like, I don't know what I'm saying, but like this goes like this animation shit really can go beyond our imaginations. But the thing is, we're stuck on the skills, which doesn't take a lot of imagination. I mean, to an extent, obviously yes, because you like we obviously to make a fighting scene, blah blah, you need a certain level of creativity and whatnot. But like, it can go even further. You can do more. And this storyboard, I'm so happy he released it because this storyboard is genuinely valuable. Man, this is some evil shit. Like, those mazes are genuinely wild. I'm not sure where this is gonna bringing me to. Like, I haven't seen any entry, any exit, and I'm like constantly lost. These damn trails of blood. Those strange gel petals, whatever they are. Teaching a divine beast how to feint, in other words, how to lie. Like think about this. Think about this. His point was that he is being taught how to lie, and visually speaking, you do this by doing a feint, which is a form of lying. And yeah, and then he did that in the form of animations. So like you have this part, like this singular, this couple seconds of Sukuna, what he just did. Not to mention that fucking wheel, that wheel that is above Mauraga's head that reminds him of like this, that shows whether he has adapted to a skill or not. Also, how he showed this whole adaptation versus feint game constantly, like all the time. It's just so crazy. This moment where they're like mid-air, that nobody, like this moment that nobody understood, where they were like, man, what are these MAPPA animators doing? They're like, no, like, you know how these crybabies be. But that moment is so wild, because this is what I'm talking about when it comes to abstraction. It's not even like it's not hard. It's hard, like it's not evident to understand the first time you see it, but once you like see what's going on, you're like, man, this guy is fucking crazy. This guy is genuinely crazy. And this thing, like this scene where they're like mid-air and you have Mauraga shadow boxing in the air while Sukuna is not moving a single bit, having his arm stretched out like he's fucking Michael Jackson or something, doing this weird ass pose, while Mauraga is shadow boxing. Like, this shit looked so dumb, but once I read what it was actually about, I'm like, yo, what in the how do you even come up with that? Wait, where did that come from? God, this is so confusing. So where are these blobs? Because I was here. Why are they not present on them? Oh, there they are. Man, this is like invisible. Come on, bro. Okay, from up there, let me just try and go at the top. But what was I talking about? Yeah, I mean, Wayland's just different. If only he didn't have an ego. Oh yeah, that fucking. Oh yeah. It's just that Mauraga's airbox, like these doing these airboxes, these shadow boxes, was just him testing when Sukuna was ever gonna throw out a punch. And that's just genius. That's genuinely just genius. Just taking Mauraga's idea, like his ability, and creating whole new interpretations out of it. God, is there no way to get through? Hold on, let me just go back. This is genuinely confusing. Okay, I'm stuck. Which way I wanted to go? Yeah, I feel like we need more stuff like this. Like, genuinely, I need to see more stuff like this. like really jaw-dropping shit. Like the thing is, when I watch animations and when they're executed in ways I've never really seen, it will always leave my jaw dropped, because it's always like the insanest thing I've ever seen to me. Like I get like genuinely excited and stuff, you know. Wait, where's the yellow trial? Yeah, there it is. I should be around here, right? Yeah. So how do I get there? Oh. Oh, it's blocked off. Okay. That means that... What? Oh. Okay. Man, this is crazy. I feel like I've been here a bunch of times, but I never really walked into it. Okay. Hopefully I won't get lost doing this. Oops. Great. What did I want to say? Yeah, I feel like I've just gone in circles when it comes to this whole topic, but it's just something that's been frustrating me. And there are examples, clear examples of how you could reinterpret certain themes and aspects and how you can represent them visually through the medium of animation. But I feel like that potential is sort of being wasted right now in order to make shit like in order to make videos like Gojo vs Kakashi or something like that. And it's like, yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's cool. I guess it's cool. Wow. That took a while. Didn't I come from here? Where's the debris? Prehistoric passage to Stingray Skies. The Nexus. Parallax event. Bleeding Mushroom Garden. I'm assuming no. Jesus Christ. I just need more innovation from a creative perspective. That's all I want, that's all I need. That's all I'm looking for. So yeah. Anything else I want to talk about? I mean, I could talk about music, but I don't really care right now. Just mostly animation that I'm interested about. This is nice. Animation. I feel like there's nothing in there. Oh, never mind. It's actually insane how vast this game is. I want to eat cake. We have like cakes. And I want to eat some slices. Animation. It's kind of loud. I love how unbalanced everything is in this game, sound-wise. It's like songs that are way louder than others. I feel like it's peaking. Pretty sure it's peaking right now. So I saw a post on Threads of somebody saying like never update OBS or something. I'm not sure, I forgot what they said specifically, but it was so real. So, and you had guys in the comments being like, rule number 1 is to never update OBS. And I get it now. Sound mastering isn't the best in this game, for being honest. But it's okay. God, there's nothing in my mind. Just animation, you know? might know what this is. Having a new badge was pretty good. Just want to get to a place where you have this one unique theme that keeps repeating this dum 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 dum. I think it's this word. Dum 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 dum. Anyway, yeah. Say a lot of Fountain World, Coral Shoal, variant 44 to 200 or higher. Oh, equals to, I don't even know what that means. I'll just go to the right side. The docks must have been, yeah, must have been the docks. This is really pretty. It reminds me of this one word from Donkey Kong Country. Returns with the silhouette. That, like, the word that everybody loves. I don't even know what that is. It looks like a car. I feel like I now understand what I've been looking for, what I've been trying to look for in animation. I understand it now somewhat. Are these the dogs? Please be the dogs. Please be the dogs. Please be the dogs. Yes. This is not what I was expecting, but I mean, shit. Oh god. Each time these tiles are stepped on, there's a chance to open close the submarine. Where did I come from? Stingray skies. Yo, these mazes are genuinely evil. Like, dead ass. You see how big this map was? Who even comes up with this shit? Okay, like I'm around here. And I'm lost already. Okay. I'm assuming. Oh no, I'm good. I'm trying to, especially in a world like this that is very like monotone. I don't want to spend too much time in it. Okay. Like this is some hell shit. There isn't even actual music. There's some ambience, but not the ambience that I'm necessarily expecting. This is annoying to do every time. This is such a complex way. Apartments. How about ocean floor? I'll probably peep what ocean floor is. If it doesn't impress me, I'll just go to the apartments. Not even sure I'm going the right way. Seems like I am. Okay. The hell? Oop. Okay. New badge. That's funny. That's it. Why did I kind of expect that nothing would happen? No, I didn't. Um. Yeah, I don't know what to talk about. Oh yeah, the title of the damn stream, community. Because while I was screenwriting the animation, um, hold on. Anyway, what it was while I was screenwriting the animation, uh, kinda thought about what my hero Maeda said during the anime manga convention, and oh brother, they got lost. This is ridiculous, bro. Like redonkulous. This is where I came from, right? Yeah. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. I walked the wrong way. Yeah, I did. While I was writing the screenplay, I was thinking about my hero Maeda's um, presentation during the anime convention, and um, thought about again how much value he puts into the audience being the focal point of the last stage of something that is finished when for of a product like the last like the finishing point of a project. And yeah, it's like simply speaking, as I was making this screenwriting, I just thought about my community again that I had on Twitter, but I still have, but I've been very inactive with, and maybe even YouTube, even though I don't like my YouTube audience. But I do certainly miss it. Thinking about it, I remember this one time. This was also during the time I was gone. There's this other animator. Her name was Lunia, and she has been absolutely killing it with her animations. Like she improved in such a quick amount of time, just so wild. Um, and I've always found her stuff to be absolutely incredible. One thing that I found wild one time was that it was her birthday, and for her birthday, her whole community just made an entire fan animation for her. Like there were like multiple people participated on like a collab kind of thing just for her. And I'm thinking, what in God's name did she make, or did she do with these people that she even managed to get something like this out of pure surprise? Has she just been this loyal? Has she helped this many people? Has she what kind of impact do you manage to have in order to help people in such a way? And yeah, frankly speaking, it made me kinda envious. I wouldn't say fully jealous. It's not like I have anything against her, but it did make things feel a bit different. Like, I don't know. Like it made me feel regrets in a way. What? How? Oh, God damn it! I did have a sort of sense of regret. I hate mazes, by the way. And I just only thought about it really like today, but it does kind of hit. It hits kind of like it really hits. Um, because I'm not trying to say, oh, this could have been me, but rather this love is what I would have loved to get and given. Except that I have this issue of where I'm always inactive and never present. And it doesn't really help me all that much. It always leaves me stagnated. Whether it's with my work or with what I'm trying to do, or I don't know, or with communities. It's like I can never make anything long lasting, and it's annoying. It's very annoying. Finally, my eyes hurt, by the way. Just want to see the apartments. Maybe I can go further, but I just get to a point where what's going on? Whatever. Cooking with the door open is crazy. What? Okay. Yeah, I mean, what the fuck, wait, bro? Every time I'm looking, it's like, okay, it's the first one. I could have gotten lost there, by the way. Yeah, just needless to say, the happiness that the people that have acquired this happiness can, like, I respect it. I have a lot of joy for them. It's still mind boggling that you can get to a point of where you can have a community of people supporting you this way. I've been here, okay. But man, it's just I can't actually imagine it. Oh yeah. I'll just do what I can. Crazy how much hope I had going through the dots. Okay. I just wanted to be back. I just needed back. Having a community. Being online, the thing is, being online, it has gotten to a point where you don't really interact with people that much. If anything, you're only, what the hell? Okay, like what is going on? If anything, you're only there to interact with posts and all that stuff. What's up, man? You're only there to interact with posts, such as like, when you're on Instagram, for example. You're just here for the reels and for the things that are being posted, for like news or tips or 3DS QR codes. I don't fucking know, but it's not very. It almost doesn't feel productive. Well, it never is actually, but woo, awesome. Where's the music so loud? It's kind of fun. I just So we're back. Interesting. Oh, it's an actual world. Just I think even though these are like online friendships and all that stuff, I still think that maybe they do have an importance in and of itself, because in my case I can't. It almost feels pretty much impossible to be able to find people in real life who actually like animation the way I like animation, like really nerding out about this stuff, and I need that. I thought you could interact with something here, but seemingly you cannot. But okay. Yeah, let me actually just go back because I'm getting sick. I just miss my community. Miss the people to interact with. Even though I hate Discord, I love the times that we're on Discord. And I didn't take much. I did take it for granted too. I don't know, it's just pretty complicated, all this stuff. What? Oh, did I wake up? Natural. I did not even pinch my cheek or anything. That's pretty cool. Okay. Has it really been 54 minutes? There's no way. Actually, I don't know. Oh, well, I did wake up and go to sleep multiple times, so I love this theme so much. But I want to have a proper return to it once I get back to social media. I don't care how if people call me corny or something for the things that I've been talking about. This whole animation innovation thing. I at least hope people recommend me some things so I can not only be persuaded into believing that yes, this kind of these things that I'm looking for do actually exist, but also so that I don't know, like discourse happens, and I love discourse as long as it doesn't derail into bullshit, like stuff that is being said by casual anime fans who know how to who think they know how to animate. Pretty disappointing. I thought I'm gonna get the dum 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 dum. Whatever. Oh, the sound's actually pretty similar when it was. Okay. Oh yeah. Hey, what's that? Unlimited map of dreams edited with 2000 K tool keep increasing. Man, this was forced. All these drawings these people made. Oh, this looks nice. I can also show off my Doodle to Live Again series. Again, like it's gonna be in a while, so it's gonna be like quote outdated, but it's certainly worth it, in my opinion. I would love to show it. Just drawing for the love of the game, without the algorithm, with a lot of questioning and blah blah blah. So yeah, very important. There's no way. Oh, this is okay. Not a fan. Not bad. Not a fan. Not bad. It's okay. Not a fan. Yeah, I like this. Community. Community. Oh yeah. Are these original though? Minigame. Oh. Oh, the library. Okay. God, the music is so great. Not sure why some of these aren't black. Oh, I love this theme. Type shit. Whatever that is. One of my favorite themes. I don't like the music. What? Type shit. Yume. Yume. Don't remember. I've been here. Beautiful. Yes. Annoying. What? I remember that. What? What? Type shit. Yep. Mini game. The library is nice. Megumi? No, I've seen this. I forgot what that was. Was there music for the wardrobe? I don't remember. What's that called? The song called again? Was it Never Go Down? That one song by Slayer. It's literally dead. There's some I don't even remember seeing or hearing. I do remember this though. Oh, it was that abandoned city, right? Really pretty though. I see. Okay. Oh yeah. This world was nice. Is that Deox as well? I remember that. Awesome. Yeah. This is nice. Community. Oh, not this shit. This is also loud. Oh yeah, this is the word where I woke up. Pretty disappointing. Not even sure why though. Oh, this is pretty. Have I been there? I don't think I've been there. Yes. Oh, there's so many songs. And there's a song that I really like. Jesus. Okay. So pretty. I remember. This is where I want to go. I think this was like one of the first yume tracks that I've listened to. And this soundtrack, bro. I hope this world is still around. It was like something like bottom of the ocean type of. I forgot what it's called, but I would love to go there. Again. I remember. What was that? Wasn't that that pinkish kind of world that I haven't been to, but I always listen to? I'm surprised it's there. I wanted to go there, but it's kind of strange. It's kind of. I think I need to unlock things to get there, but it's kind of bizarre. This music in this game is actually special. Like, shout out to all these artists. Oh, this is pretty. Like, all these artists, man. Oh. Okay. Right. This is very earthbound. I remember that. It's pretty loud. God, there's so much to explore. Oh. I forgot which word that was, but this theme is also great. Isn't it that one lantern world with the lily pads? Oh my god. Yeah, sorry, I need to go into mute the mic for a bit. This theme is genuinely beautiful. I love it so much. I won't check out everything here, but man, I need to stop for this one. I'm not sure where they are present, even though I've never been to these spots. Damn. What's that again? It's also pretty nice. Oh, it was the apartment thingy. This is a good one though. Ooh, I really want to go there. Such a nice theme. Ooh. Oh, right. Now this is loud. So many songs. Oh, I remember this.